Nice. Why is it not? Sorry guys, I'm playing around with this. I have no idea. It looks really weird because I'm using broadcasting software. So I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm literally just playing around with everything. I'm like trying to figure this shit out. This is crazy. I don't know how all these people do this shit. I guess after a while it's easy to figure out, but not for me. I'm still figuring this shit out. Let me see. Oh, there's Senor Jalapeno. For those of you guys that want to know, why do I have this big ass freaking jalapeno behind me back there? Okay, there we go. I can't get my finger. There we go. That's Senor Jalapeno. And he came back with my son from San Diego a couple years ago from Legoland. So, yeah. And now he's stuck here with me when I work during the day. That's my work buddy. All right, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know if this is working. It looks like I might have somebody viewing, so I don't know. I'm trying to figure this shit out. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to say some things. There's been a lot going on these last few days with the election and with just everything, the shit show that it is. And it's a shit show. So there's just some things that I want to talk about. There's a lot of people that that are going to be heading to Washington, D.C. this weekend. So be safe, be careful. I know Antifa and BLM and all them, they're not happy, even though their dude won. They're not happy right now. I want to go to Washington, D.C. so bad, and I'm still looking for ways to make that happen. So don't count me out yet. I might be in Washington, D.C. So I'm excited about that. But we all need to be really careful. Like, seriously, right now, if you watch tweets and you watch what's going on in the news and just in general, you have Biden and his team basically saying, let's all come together, let's unite, whatever. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I can tell you that right now. Like, you guys have been like gunning for us for the past 4 years. You've been attacking us. You've been beating us up. You've been doxing us. You've been having people come to my house, calling me, threatening me. And by the way, to the motherfuckers that are calling me, you guys are being recorded now. So I hope that you guys are happy about that, because I figured it out a way to get you. So I ain't playing around. You guys want to threaten me? I'm here. You guys know where I live. That's all I gotta say about that. But these threats are becoming more and more. Like, in the past 4 years since I've been doing all this stuff, I haven't been threatened as much in the past 4 years as I have been in this last week. It's gotten worse. I think people are feeling empowered right now because they think that Biden won, which we clearly know that the election's not over. Hasn't been certified yet. Which, I'm going to kind of get off of what I was saying a little bit because I want to talk about the election really quick. So, clearly, the election results haven't been called. Sorry, don't want to hear this song. The election results have not been called yet. And clearly there's fraud. I don't care what anybody says. Clearly there's fraud. This should be a concern of both people in Democrat Party, the Republican Party, Libertarians, Green Party. Any American citizen should be concerned about this, because over 70 million Americans right now have no faith in the electoral process whatsoever. We saw exactly what happened on Election Day. And we're still, more and more stuff's coming out, more videos and stuff. And I'm sick and tired of the mainstream media saying that it's not real, that, you know, that Biden's the winner and that they've declared it and that's how it is. First of all, the media doesn't declare who the fucking winner is. Period. End of story. Okay? These elections have to be certified. And right now, according to what I'm hearing, and this was just a couple hours ago and things changed. But it sounded like Arizona is getting really close. And it's possible that Trump might take Arizona. And I guess CNN took Arizona off the map for Biden, along with, I don't know if it's Pennsylvania or Georgia, one of those states. Because right now it's too close to call. And those states are going to get recounts anyways. And for those of you that are on the left that are screaming because of these recounts and everyone's just all pissed off, if it was your guy, okay, if Biden was losing like this and there was this kind of fuckery going on at the polling places, you guys would want this taken care of as well. You guys would want to know the truth and what's going on. There's videos of people ripping up ballots with Trump's name on it. One of the things that people have brought up, and I'm going to tell you this right now, my feelings are, and I live in California. I am born and raised California native. I know a lot of you are going, ugh, California. But not all of us are like what you guys think, okay? And I'm born and raised here, but I know the fuckery that goes on in this state. And I also know that illegals that are coming up here from Mexico or from wherever, even if they're coming in through Canada or whatever, these people are allowed to go down to the DMV and get driver's licenses. And then they're automatically registered to vote. You can register to vote that way. And there's actually been talk here in Northern California about letting illegals vote in elections. So, and we know it's been going on for years. We know that illegals have been voting in our state for years. And so the way I feel about it is, I don't think it's fair because my vote should count. And you know, saying this will disenfranchise a lot of people, but I think that the votes in California shouldn't count at all because it's unconstitutional to have people that are not American citizens voting in elections. And so that's the way I feel. I feel if you're a sanctuary state or a city or whatever, those votes shouldn't count, period. And it sucks because, like I said, that disenfranchises me because I'm a California native. I live here still. But I think that the good outweighs the bad on that. Like, I just feel like California is a shady state. We have done things shady in the state for a long time. And right now we have a dictator, not a governor. We have a dictator Newsom. And I believe that they're just handing out ballots to illegals at this point. And I've seen it. I've seen where they... they get them down to the driver or to the DMV to, get their license, and then they encourage them to, get on the voter rolls, which is not okay. They're not citizens. They should not be voting in elections, period. If you want to vote in elections and you want to take part in our process here in the United States of America, then become a fucking citizen, period. Okay? Call me racist, call me whatever you want. I don't care because I know who I am. And Americans should always be first. Always. Americans first. If we just took down the walls and just let everybody come in here, first, that's another thing. The left says that it's so terrible here in the United States. Such a terrible country. We colonized it. We've done, slavery, all these terrible things. But yet, everybody in the world wants to come to America. Okay? We are the beacon of hope. We are the country that makes dreams happen for people. And people can come here, and if you work hard, you can, do a lot with your life here. You have that option because we have choices. We have choices here that they don't have in other countries. Now, me personally, the only other country that I've ever been to is Mexico. And I've only been to Tijuana. And Tijuana is pretty gnarly. I mean, it's a very poor city. Of course, Mexico is a poor country. But that's a third world country. I've been there and I've seen it firsthand what it's like. And right now, what I'm seeing here in my neighborhood, when I went to the grocery store the other day, this was just 2 days ago that I went to the grocery store, and everything was boarded up. The whole shopping center was completely boarded up on the windows because they're preparing for all these riots and shit, which this is America. Okay, we shouldn't be rioting in the streets and destroying property and all that stuff. We just shouldn't. And take note of how the Republicans, you don't see any of us out there rioting and burning shit down and beating people up because Trump hasn't won the election yet. We're not like that. Now, you fuck around with us enough, you will find out that we are going to get to a point where we've had enough. Does that mean we're going to go out and riot? No, I don't see any of my friends being that way. I don't think any of us would go out and riot. But there is a point where we're going to fight back. And the Million Mega March that's happening in DC this weekend, I think is definitely a good start. I think that not only our country, but the rest of the world needs to see and understand that there are millions of people here in this state, millions that voted for Donald Trump and that are pissed off because they saw the fuckery. And people all over the world can see the fuckery of this election. Okay, and Fox News, I'm done with Fox News. I used to go to them when I was younger. I mean, Fox News was what we watched. My dad wouldn't watch anything else but Fox News back in the day. He's been on Hannity. He was on Bill O'Reilly. He was on Hannity and Combs when Hannity had his show with Ellen Combs. And basically, you know, I grew up watching Fox. I will not anymore. And it's too bad because sometimes I do like to hear what Tucker Carlson has to say, or Sean Hannity, or Laura Ingraham for that matter. But at this point, I don't give a fuck. I won't give them any of my ratings. Not for an election, not for nothing. I'd rather sit there and watch fucking Alex Jones and Pete Santilli. At least I know I'm going to get real freaking news from these people. I thought it was absolutely sickening yesterday when I saw one of the Fox anchors literally leave the press conference that the presidential or that President Trump's people were doing with lawyers. And he got away. He's all, well, I just can't play this in good faith. And he literally left it. I mean, that's no better than what CNN has done, MSNBC. So, and I think Fox is starting to figure it out. There are a lot of people that are pissed off. There's a lot of people out there that were like me, that were using Fox as kind of like things to get our like main news from. And then also to watch people like Tucker and Hannity. But I think even Tucker and Hannity are going to be hit hard because there's people that I know that won't watch them at all. I will watch their shows now on YouTube or any, you know, when people like record them and put them onto their channels. That's the only way that I will watch their shows at this point. I will not turn on Fox News. Just like I won't, well, I have turned on CNN. I do because I like to see what the left is saying, and it's always important to know your enemy. But the thing about it is that Fox News has turned completely fucking around from where they were a decade ago, even. So my dad would be rolling in his grave. He wouldn't know what to do with himself if he didn't have Fox to watch. Although I think that if he were still alive today, he'd figure out that there are other ways to get news, and he'd be, you know, probably getting his news only from Pete Santilli and from Alex Jones at this point. I don't know anybody else who's more newsworthy than those two. And I mean, as far as truth goes, Pete's on top of it. Pete has got like all this information. Him and Deb are just fantastic. I love watching them. So I can't say enough. Go and support the Pete Santilli show. You can watch them on DLive. YouTube probably just for a little while. There are a lot of different places. I know they say eVault. We need to start moving all of our conservative viewership, everything like that. We need to boycott these places like Fox News, and we need to find other resources to get our news from. Is it going to be easy? No. Like people, like older people, I mean, they're used to just watching the freaking TV, you know, the news. Like my grandmother, I could never get her to probably watch things on YouTube, but we need to do that. Another thing that we need to do, and something that I've heard about, because I'm no longer on Facebook. I have been released from that place, and actually I'm okay with it more now than I was in the beginning because it's been a nice break and actually freed a lot of space on my phone. My phone had, like, it was just not happy. It had too much shit in it, and so I got rid of my Facebook app. I got rid of my Instagram app, And now I have space for other things. That being said, it's not much longer before you, if you're a conservative, if you're a libertarian, and you don't fall into the radical left, you will be removed from Facebook. You will be removed from Twitter. I'm just waiting for my Twitter account to go down. I think that because Jack Dorsey's getting slapped on the hand right now, I think he's being careful with who he deletes. But I know that I'm not going to last long there. Do I like Parler? No, I don't. But everybody's on Parler. Everybody that, used to be on Facebook or used to be on Twitter that got kicked off, they're all going to Parler. This YouTube channel, I don't know how much longer it's going to last either, because I'm done with censoring myself. Even in the little bits that I did, for the most part, I have no filter a lot of the time. I'm good. I can keep myself good when I'm a guest on someone's show, but I don't have a filter. And that being said too, like I know that YouTube's not going to keep me on here. So I created a DLive account. I have a DLive. I'm going to be looking into other options as far as streaming capabilities, and I'm going to be creating a website. I think that it's important. I've been saying this for a long time to other people that I have been working with and rolling with. I've been saying this for a couple years now, that we need to have some sort of web page or something that we have that we can put all of our content to, that's not going to get taken down by Mark Zuckerberg or Jack Dorsey, and that people can go to, and people can see what's going on, see what we're doing, and when we go to events and stuff like that. And and I don't want it to just be about me. I'm not out there doing as much as some other people, and so I want to put other people on this, other patriots that are out there. It doesn't really, I'm not about fame, and I'm not about who's popular. So I don't give a shit if you're a popular patriot or if you're not. If you go out and you want to post something once we get this website up and running, I'm totally down with that. Does that mean that I can create a Facebook? Absolutely not. I am not even close to that. It's going to have to be a website. I wish that there was another platform like Facebook, because Facebook was really user-friendly. We're able to live stream and do everything from that platform. So I do miss that. That I miss, because I can't do that anymore. Like here with YouTube, because I don't have that many subscribers, I can't do any live video outside of, my home computer. So it's a little frustrating. And so I'm looking at other options, because I'm not going to let them, like a lot of my friends that got kicked off of Facebook, they ended up creating a new Facebook page. I'm not going to play that game. I'm not, because I'm not going to build up another page only for Facebook to take it down. I'm not going to do that. I think that it's really sad that our government in general, and this isn't like, anything against Trump necessarily, but I do feel like, especially now that he's being really censored on Twitter, that maybe he might see what some of us are going through. Laura Loomer, straight up, she's not my favorite person in the world, okay? Like, I'm proud of her for running for Congress. I think that was an absolutely great idea for everything that she's been through and for the type of person that she is. Do I like her like, everything she does? No. But she warned everybody. She's like, today they're taking me down, and then tomorrow it's going to be you, basically. And for a long time, a lot of us were like, yeah, right, whatever, it's not going to happen to me, blah, blah, blah. And it's happening. It's happening to people that I know that don't even post that much political things, but because they're involved, with people like myself or people that are political, they're getting their shit taken down. And that's really sad for living in the United States of America, where we have the First Amendment. I understand that these platforms have their rules and shit like that, but clearly it's biased. We all know that. We all see it. And it's really sad to me that our government hasn't stepped in and at the very least said, if you're going to censor this side, then you need to do the same thing with the other side. Because when I was on Facebook, I was getting threats, direct threats to my direct messenger, telling me that they were going to rape me, come to my house and kill me, rape me, and whatnot. And when I sent some of those things to Facebook moderators to look at and to let them know, hey, this goes against community standards, I was responded with This doesn't go against community standards. But the first time that I called someone a cunt on Facebook because she was talking shit to me, calling me names, so I called her a cunt. Like, you guys should know me well enough to know by now. If I'm gonna dig, I'm gonna get you, like, with deep words, because, well, I don't know if they're deep, but whatever. I just don't put up with this shit. And anyways, and I got put in Facebook jail because I called someone a cunt after she was, calling me names and bitch and all this shit. Clearly it's biased. Clearly. We all know that. We've all seen it. We've seen, people like Alex Jones, Laura Loomer, Milo Yiannopoulos. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, down to regular people like myself who, I'm just a regular person. I just happen to have a lot of followers, and I'm politically active, and I'm a conservative, and I'm a Trump supporter. So I was immediately, villainized, and I'm sure that I had a little team of people at Facebook that were following everything that I did. And eventually I was shut down. What's interesting about it is that it wasn't long after one of my friends got doxxed. And I don't want to go into too many details because, I just don't. But it just it's kind of interesting to me because there was one of my friends that got doxxed. And then not long after that was when I got banned from Facebook. I definitely think there's a correlation there. I think that people recognized who I was because I was on this person's Facebook page. And once they realized that, they started digging even deeper into my shit, and they found whatever it was. They didn't even tell me what it was. But that's not what I care about. What I care about is getting all of you guys into other social media platforms. I've heard really wonderful things about DLive. I just got an account today. So I don't know. I haven't actually used it, but I know Pete and his wife, Deb, they are always talking wonderful things about DLive. Parler. I don't like Parler, but everybody's on there, so you can at least find some people that maybe you used to be friends with over at Facebook or Twitter, and you'll be able to keep in touch. I mean, that would be like almost like a home base, right? A lot of people make fun of it. They call it the boomer platform. I'm not a boomer, so stop calling it a boomer platform. I'm Generation X, bitches. Don't put me older than I am. My daddy is baby boomer. My mom, not me. What else do I want to say? About the election. Let's go back to the election. So this is what I think is going to happen. I think that we're going to get done with the election. Biden's going to come out on top. Okay, I'm talking about the election, the general election. I'm not talking about a recount or anything like that. I don't know what's going to happen as far as legally, what's going to happen in the courts. I really hope that there's a recount, and honestly, I think that they should throw out any illegal votes that they find. But that being said, I believe that after we get done through all of this fuckery, unless people up above stop this and make it so that Trump can't fight this fairly, I think that we're going to see this election tip in Trump's favor. Like I said months ago, I have seen more Trump supporters come out in support of Donald Trump in this past year than I've ever seen. So I really do believe that he won the election fair and square. And I believe once the Democrats and once the radical left realize this and realize that Trump still is their president and still is going to be their president for 4 years, that's when they're going to lose their shit. Hence, that's why when you go down to your local grocery store or you go down to your local Walgreens or wherever you're going, you're going to see all these businesses boarded up. Why? Why are they? I mean, if you think about it, there hasn't been any BLM issues, right? Nobody, I mean, they haven't, no cops or whatever killed anybody that I've heard of. So you don't have BLM rioting. Biden was their candidate, right? BLM and Antifa, although a lot of Antifa says they don't vote, but whatever. They're going to be pissed when they find out that Trump is still their president and is going to be president for 4 years. They're going to be mad. And they're really going to let loose. I think that what we saw with the George Floyd death is minimal compared to what we're going to see with them losing their shit on this next election. Or this next round of rioting, I should say. They're getting bolder. They're starting, in Portland, I saw where they're going into residential neighborhoods, and they're demanding things of the people that are in these houses. um, Y'all need to watch your back. There are websites that have been compiled with Trump supporters on them, patriots, all that stuff, so that they know who we are. And I know that this is real and legit because I'm getting threats. I'm getting phone calls. I'm getting trolled on, different live streams that I go on. And in that, I'm being threatened. Okay? I'm being threatened. So clearly, these people are finding my information somewhere. Antifa doxed me a while ago. They may have gotten it from there. I don't know. But I also know that there are websites that have been compiled with Trump supporters' names on it. And we have crazy AOC out there who's basically texting or tweeting, telling everybody that, that we need to be blacklisted. Okay, down to the lowly Trump supporter like myself, up to the people that worked with Trump or are working with Trump. We all need to be basically blacklisted and moved out of society and ostracized and all that fucked up shit. First of all, that ain't gonna happen. You can kick us off of Facebook. You can kick us off of these social media platforms. That's fine because that actually gets us out and more active in the streets. I've been more active out on the street than I have been at all because of this. I don't have any other avenue to go. So you guys can do whatever. I hear a kid. I think my daughter might come in here. But the fact of the matter is that we're not going to shut up and we're not going to be silent. There are millions of us going to Washington, D.C. this weekend. Millions. And good luck with that, Antifa. You guys can throw your temper tantrums. You can do whatever you want. But we're ready. And there will be a point where enough is enough. Okay? You can beat us. You can kick us. In San Francisco, you knock people's teeth out. Okay? You throw piss at us. Shit. Up in Portland, we had shit thrown at us. Bear spray us, whatever. But we're not going to back down and we're not going to stop because we know that Donald Trump won this election and we know that you guys stole it. We know. And we're going to keep fighting. Everyone needs to watch their back, though. Those of you that are going to Washington, D.C. especially. I've never been there, but I've heard that it's a shit show, like Berkeley on steroids. And Portland, Berkeley and Portland on steroids is Washington, D.C. But don't let that stop you. Go, stand, support our president. We need to be doing that right now. Everybody needs to be supporting this somehow, some way. I'm sick of the Republicans that are out there waving the white flag, saying, oh, we just need unity. Trump needs to concede. First of all, I'm not going to be unified with a communist, okay? Anybody that gave me shit over the last 4 years, okay, and I've gotten a lot of shit. I've been kicked off of social media. I've been spit on, pushed, had explosives thrown at me. I could go down a whole fucking list. I'm not going to be your friend. I'm not unifying, okay? I know what y'all are, and I'll be damned if I'm going to unify. And I don't support that shit. There's no forgiveness. I know I have friends that would be like, oh, Lindsay, forgive and forget. Nuh-uh, I ain't going to forgive and forget this shit. Why? Because I know what happens. When we forget, we continue on the same down path. The same damn path. And I'm not okay with that. They are headed into a socialist, Marxist, communist government. If you look at the Biden-Harris and the Democratic Party platform, they're talking about nationalizing the media, right? There's already plans about going after hate speech. Hate speech is whatever they don't like, you guys. Okay, it may not even be hateful. There was a wife of somebody who works over in Menlo Park. I forget who he was. I think he was a teacher or a professor or something like that. And his wife made a racist comment about Kamala Harris, and he got fired. He got let go, or maybe he resigned because they asked him to. But either way, I'm like, what did she say? You guys want to know what she said? She said that Kamala Harris being black is her only qualification. I'll probably get in trouble for saying that. But first of all, Kamala's not black. She's not. That's a sham. But she was elected because she's a woman, or Biden was elected and Harris with him because she's a woman and she is a person of color. She's not black though. Was that probably her only qualification? What doesn't? How they get voted for? Absolutely. I think that they're looking to put people in that are of color. They don't care what you can do. They don't give a shit what you can do or who you are or what your ideology is. They just want people in there for the optics. It's all about optics. And it's all, because do you think the Democrats really give a shit? They don't. If they did, these problems that are going on in our black communities and all of these, look at what's happening in blue cities all over the country. I can tell you San Francisco is a shit show. It is. Literally. There is human shit on the streets. You walk down the street and there's people shooting up, cooking their heroin right there in front of you and your kids. If you guys want the rest of the country to be like that, then good job, Antifa, and good job, liberals, for voting in Joe Biden. Because you will get that. You will. So, I don't really have any much more to say except for stay tuned because this election is not over. Stay tuned because the Patriots are pissed off and we're all headed to Washington, D.C. And those that cannot make it to Washington, D.C. are going to be in their state standing for Trump on Saturday at noon. And I will be one of those people, whether it's in Washington, D.C. or it's here in California. And there's my little boo. She put makeup on. Can you guys see? Say hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
My baby. What's on my neck?
I don't know. What's on your neck? I don't see anything on your neck.
I just see it's on blue.
Maybe you got makeup on your neck.
It's not makeup. I can get it on you.
All right.
Oh,
so
it's from the sun.
Stay tuned, guys, because this election is not...
Stay tuned.
You listen to her. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
This election is not over.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And who's your president?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is our president, right?
Yeah.
Not Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like Joe Biden, huh?
Boo.
Boo. Say we don't like Joe Biden. We like Donald Trump.
Yeah, we like Donald Trump.
Gotta raise him right, guys. Mega like a mofo, right?
What?
She got the hiccups. So stay tuned because this isn't over. Those of you that are going to any of these events, be careful. I know people that got attacked up in Sacramento this last weekend. So please be careful. Watch your back. Don't go alone. Take people with you. Don't take your kids. I wouldn't take it. I'm glad I didn't go to the Capitol this weekend because I was going to take my kids. I didn't think that Antifa would come out and start a whole bunch of shit. I really didn't. But I didn't go, and then I saw videos later, and I was like, good thing I didn't go because I was planning on bringing my kids. Nobody wants to say it. I've only heard a few people say it, but we're at war. This is war. Straight up. We're not shooting at each other, but this is war. We've been in a war. We've been in this war now for a few years. And it's not us who started it. It's the left. Okay? It's them. And my big question to them, this is how I'm going to end this. I want to know from all you people that voted for Biden and those of you that are out there telling us that we need to unify and come together and we're all Americans and Joe Biden says he's going to be, a president for all Americans. When you guys find out that Trump won this election, this is all over and it goes to the courts and we find out that the rightful winner is President Trump. Are you guys still going to want unity then? Are you guys still going to want to be my friend then? You guys still want to wave the white flags when Trump is announced the winner of this election? I don't think so. And so now you know how we feel. Okay, although for us it's been a little worse because you've literally destroyed a lot of our lives over the past few years.
Yeah.
Not me personally. I haven't had my life.
Either.
I haven't been completely destroyed. But you guys have tried. And yeah, we're not playing anymore, guys. We're not. It's Liberty, you need to get out of here. I'm sorry, I gotta get this. Liberty, get out of your brother's bedroom. Liberty. She's not listening. Liberty Danae Rosner. Liberty. Out of Brendan's bedroom. No, that is his stuff. No.
I want to be. Yeah. Two girls.
This is my girl, huh? You're my girl. It's my girl.
And I'm daddy's girl.
Yeah, you're daddy's girl too, but you're my girl. You lived in my belly for 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my girl who likes to put little round circles on her cheeks for blush. I don't know where she gets that from. From me, I don't put blush on, so I'm not sure where she gets that from. Stop burping. All right. So stay tuned, guys. This election's not over. Again, a question for all you Democrats out there.
We like Donald Trump. Remember, like Donald Trump.
Yep. But for all you Democrats out there, are you going to want to be our friends and you're going to want unity when Trump is announced as the rightful winner? Probably not. Probably not. Stop that. Okay, I got to go now because now I have this little girl in here trying to destroy everything. Hopefully, I'll be able to figure out this broadcasting software soon. Get away from touching my stuff. And then I'll be able to actually like show you stuff like articles and stuff like that. I'm still playing around with this broadcasting software. I'm actually live streaming from it right now onto YouTube.
Look.
She's dancing. I will leave you guys with this. This is something my friend got for me on my birthday a couple of years ago. My 40th.
Can I see it?
This is for Fox. Fox News. This is how we feel about you.
Let me feel the hair.
You want to feel Trump's hair?
Oh, it feels hard.
Yep, that's how we feel about you, Fox. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. If anything good happens, I might go live, but ooh, my beanie's crooked. Nobody told me my beanie was crooked.
It's coming off.
And I'm dressed like an Eskimo practically right now. It is freezing here. I've been freezing all day long, and she's still grabbing stuff. Put my Trump down. Put my Trump down. All right, I gotta go. I got kid problems. Put it down. Plus, I gotta cook fajitas for dinner. We're having fajitas for dinner tonight. Are you gonna have a quesadilla?
Yeah.
Leave my Tiffany clock alone.
It's like.
Okay, bye guys. We're gonna stop this because.